how do you compare a traditional platform which is there with a new age platform? Now, let's take an example of Ola Electric. You spoke about it, right? Now, it's a two-wheeler company. We have a comparison in the traditional with the Bajaj and the Hero coming in. How do you compare them, or should you compare them?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think at the very bones of it, at the end of the day, it's a two-wheeler, it's a automobile company, right? I think there are few differences, and I think, you know, if you look at the history of EV globally also, I think things have played out a little differently, and there are multiple reasons for it, right? One is your go-to-market, right? Your go-to-market in certain cases tend to be very different. I mean, Ola Electric's cases, you know, they are not your traditional, they're not doing that traditional dealer model. Now, there are economic benefits and, you know, pluses and minuses, but economically it's a better model if you can make that happen, right? This is also the Tesla model in the US. And then, you know, it is about growth. Ultimately, at the early stages of the company, the multiples that you get are a function of growth. So if you are a pure EV company and your growth is tremendous because you've got adoption, see, nothing happens if customers not going to adopt you. You can come up with an EV company and agar uska sale nahi ho raha hai, you're not going to get the value. But if you're going to get good adoption of those, you know, of your products, and your growth is staggering, then you will get a valuation multiple that could be better than what could be a, you know, a slow growth multiple, right?
So basically what you're saying is, in simple terms, look at the multiples of the revenue which is there for a platform. Don't go into EBITDA or PAT at this point of time.
No,
the growth
really.
will be determined by the profit, the revenue growth which is happening.
I'm
right?
saying not necessarily. I'm saying in a lot of cases when we go in, that profitability is already there.
Okay.
Right? In some cases, very visible. I'm saying in a lot of cases where it is not visible, people have to take a little long-term view. But if it is, a lot of these companies who are IPO-bound are very, now at least, very cognizant that they need to either have profitability or show profitability in a very short period of time, or at least get there very quickly.
So how should a public market look at it?
I think, you know, again, it will still go down to growth. It will still go down to whether this company can gain market share, can become a large company, and what does it look like in 3-4 years from now, right? I think the multiple will and the valuation will depend on that. But ultimately, 3, 4, 5 years from now, it is still ultimately at the bottom line, it's still a EV company, or in this case, you know, it's a EV company. Now, can people see this becoming more than just a one product company? Because globally, there are not too many companies which have become just just a two-wheeler and four-wheeler combined. Is it local versus global play? Those type of things. So if you look at, you know, automobile companies are not just local companies. Globally, they are global companies. They're not just India companies.
Yeah.
So, you know, the question is, can a company, let's say in an EV business, become more than India? Is there a right for us to play and right for us to win as a country? Can we export? Can we become an export hub? Can you start producing for the global markets? I think all of these are factors that need to be taken account when you value the company. So it's not a straightforward thing, but yeah, ultimately it's a automobile company.